Dagda agus tá fáilte romh is mis an scéala beag. Hello and you're welcome. I'm the little storyteller. Thank you very much for joining us today for our Live at Five sessions. And we have touched on another very, very powerful, very, very fascinating, and very, very engaged topic. Today in our chat, we touched on ancestry. And by ancestors, we don't mean purely biological, like, DNA, blood ancestors. We're also talking about spiritual ancestors, community ancestors, and we had a lot of different fascinating responses kind of shared. Not just about personal history, but also ways people connect or value ancestors, and ways that it can be challenging, really, really deep and challenging work to accept the fact that not all of our ancestors were heroes in their stories. Not all of our ancestors did the right thing at times, or we may not even be aware that what they did was wrong in that particular setting. We've had a fantastic quote from someone earlier on who stated that having been descended from both people who were slaves and people who owned slaves, he accepts that he stands on the shoulders or stands on the path of both oppressors and those who were oppressed, which takes a lot of acceptance, a lot of awareness and acceptance to climb through that bias, to climb over that, and to be aware of kind of the impact of that on himself in this current existence. We've also had people talk about their community ancestors. There are people in the trans community who may not have biological connections at all, or people who are coming from the gay or non-binary communities, again, who are disconnected from their own biological ancestry because of prejudice or social fucking bigotry. All of which means that they engage with different ancestries, different kind of connections, which is a fascinating and a beautiful kind of thing. We've also had people talk about the earth, like, the landscape underneath them, how many generations of their family have existed within that space, that locality, and how then the land itself is informing their path as an ancestor. It's such a fantastic topic. We've covered so much here today, but I think some of the key things that people kind of shared was awareness of self first, being able to know from a very healthy ego position who and what you are, so that as you approach ancestor work, as you approach kind of spiritual work outside of yourself, you're able to recognize and keep a firm balance and check upon who you are when facing into that. But then the work itself, it might not be easy. It might be quite traumatic, and being able to get to the point where you're able to accept the dark parts as much as the light parts of an ancestor, means that you're able to get a much bigger perspective, a more broader perspective of how they inform you in your story where you are. So I will say thank you very much, Gaurav Mahagat, for being part of our community, and thank you for being with us. Our next session will be on Thursday through to the end of April. My partner Laura and I are discussing what we're going to be doing into May to see how sustainable it is to keep this going. But we're really, really engaged with our community, and it's been fascinating joining you all live at 5. Gaurav Mahagas, August Lawn, thank you very much, and goodbye.